We had a requested video to talk about protein powders. So watch if you want to learn more about that. Protein powders can be very confusing. It's hard to figure out which one is best, and there's so many different options. So by the end of this video, you'll know which option is best for you.
Yeah, so I'm sure you guys have heard about all the different protein powders out there or gone into pretty much any store from Walmart to GNC to all the different types and seen all the proteins out there. They're still confusing for us.
Yes.
So one of the ones that I personally really like is collagen peptides. So I have all of my family members for the most part on it. I take it every day. So does my husband. What I do with this particular product is I actually just add it to my coffee every morning. So collagen peptides are a protein supplement that are going to be unflavored. They are going to help with your joint health, reducing the inflammation with your joint, making you less stiff in the morning. It's going to be really helpful with your hair growth. I mean, hair grows so fast when you're taking collagen. It's going to be helpful with your nail growth and your skin health. So if you're wanting to improve any of those, collagen would be a really good protein for you to consider. One thing to note is that collagen is not a complete protein. So what that means is that it just doesn't have all the non-essential acids that you would need to make it a complete protein and do everything that it needs to do in your body.
But that should be okay if we're just using it as a supplement,
That's
because we'll
exactly
just
right.
get other complete protein.
That's right. And too, to be able to make it more complete, if you're putting it with another type of food, that probably will contain the other essential amino acids to make it technically complete. So one thing that I do, like I said, I add it to my coffee in the morning. I have some clients that even add it to their water because you don't taste it, so it might just give it a little bit of a different texture. You could also add it to oatmeal, add it to baked goods, add it to pretty much anything, but I will recommend adding it to a warmer type food or drink. Is going to help it to be best absorbed. You're not going to taste it quite as much. So that's the first product that we're going to talk about. The second one is a whey protein isolate. So whey protein isolate is a protein that has about 90% of the product is going to be just protein. So this is a really high quality product because you're going to be getting so much protein per volume, in the sense that it's only going to have 90% protein and about 10% fats, carbs, other macronutrients that are going to kind of take away from that protein if we're trying to supplement with protein itself. Whey protein isolate is also one that we would recommend as dietitians for people that are lactose intolerant, especially if you're very sensitive to lactose, because it contains very, very minimal amounts of lactose, which is a carb, because it has so much protein per volume. So this is a really high quality supplement that's good. It has a good mouth feel, so it doesn't taste quite as chalky as some of the others that we're going to mention. So that might be a good one for you if you fall into any of those categories, lactose intolerant or lactose sensitive. Another one to consider would be whey protein concentrate. So whey protein concentrate is going to be still a wonderful product. However, it's going to be a little cheaper than the whey protein isolate because it's only going to have about 70-80% of protein per volume. So it's going to have a little bit more fat and carbs in it, which is going to bring the quality just a little bit down if you're looking to strictly get just protein supplemented. Whey protein concentrate is also going to be a little higher in lactose. So if you do struggle with lactose intolerance, you might notice a little bit more of a stomach upset after taking that product. That would be your probably main side effect. Some people say that whey protein concentrate is going to be, not quite as smooth tasting. It might have a little bit more of a chalky aftertaste. So that's certainly something to think about too. If you're a little more sensitive to the texture, like I know I am when I'm thinking about protein supplements. And then one of the last ones we wanted to talk about is plant-based protein. So we're not going to go into big detail here. If you guys want a video on plant-based proteins, or if you need us to explain those a little bit more, reach out, let us know in the comments, and we'd be more than happy to make a specific video about plant-based protein. But what we wanted to say is that that is an option. So if you're vegetarian, vegan, or maybe you have sensitivities to any of those that we've talked about, plant-based protein could certainly be an option that you can try. So that would be something good to consider too. And then when we're picking protein powders, there's a few things that we would definitely recommend watching out for. So kind of like we've talked about in our other videos of the less is more approach, when you're looking at a label of protein supplements, you want to choose those that have less ingredients in the ingredients list. So for example, if you're choosing, I don't know, collagen peptides, if you choose the one that's unflavored, it should only say collagen peptides. It shouldn't say anything else in there. So we're not going to speak to any brands today, but that would be something we would want you to look at on the ingredients list. Some protein powders have aspartame, sucralose, different colors, all the different things that are just going to improve the taste, improve the coloring and all that. As dietitians, the way Leanne and I practice, we like to have the least ingredients as possible to make it as close to a whole food product as it can be. So if we get an artificial sweetener, we would choose those that have monk fruit or stevia that are going to be a little more well receptive by your gut. But certainly something to watch out for. And then another thing to watch out for is that supplements, they are not regulated by the FDA. So sometimes we don't know what all is in a supplement. What we want to look for this to make sure that we're getting what we're saying we're getting is to look for third-party testing. What this means is that a neutral party is looking over this product and making sure that it fits within certain guidelines. They are not paid by the company to promote it or anything like that. They are truly just looking at it and making sure that they're getting what they're saying they're getting, right? And then something else you could think about is reach out to your favorite dietitians because we would be more than happy to answer any questions that you have about protein powders, protein supplements, any specific brands that we would recommend or that we take ourselves. We're definitely a resource here for you. So certainly feel free to reach out to us.
And then we already mentioned it before, but the other biggest thing to think is that it's just a supplement. So it's just part of your well-balanced diet.
That's right.
So like this video, if this helped you, you can also save it to bring the next time you go shopping and then share it with someone you know that would be helped by this information.
That's right. Because we all know there's so many of us that are confused by it. So feel free to share it to anybody.
And then you can visit our website, www.sproutingappetites.com, for more information and also to see how to contact us.
That's right. And if you have any specific questions, like Leanne said, comment or let us know if you'd like some more information. We'd be happy to write a blog about it or create future videos.